Hey vaping fellas, today I'm back, I'm finally back. I'm sorry I got sick and I was just not feeling like doing a video last week or so, or 2 weeks, I don't know. And the problem was not that I really was really lacking the energy, but my voice was gone. So I can't make a video and try to find my voice in that video. And but today I'm good again, and we're going to talk a little bit. And the topic today is going to have a rather lengthy video, and it's rather serious, okay? Okay, we're going to talk about temperature control. There is a slight issue with temperature control, and I didn't really get aware of it until I watched one of Grim Green's videos, where he did a nickel build and he said, okay, this and that, and then I was just like, oh, okay, and then after something like a video, like a week or something, it hit me again when I watched a video of Professor Vapes. Matt from Suck My Mod has done a little bit on it on a blog or Q&A or something, said something to it, and yeah, I think those are the three guys I really heard it from. But Professor Vapes made one of the best videos. Grim Green made something in a blog with it, and that's basically where he was linking a lot of articles and stuff like this. And that's basically the best research you currently have on the topic, but Professor Vapes made a whole video completely dedicated to it and talked about how he feels about it, and was rather personal. And I think he is kind of the average guy, the average vapor, which shares his point of view with a lot of vapors out there. And for me, I know I'm not going to use temperature control for quite a while, because I'm on a Mac mod now, I can't use it. And buying a tech mod is something that is really far out again, because I had some recent investments I really needed to do, yeah, well, I won't buy a tech mod. So, but apart from that, what is the whole issue with temperature control? Okay, temperature control got introduced to vaping with the DNA40 devices. They were the first one who had it, and the basic concept of it, that you will have a wire that will have a plus in resistance when it heats up, and by the rise in resistance you can dedicate how hot it is. And that is a cool thing, isn't it? Well, who in the world came to the idea, oh great, let's use nickel for it? If I am right, the first DNA40 chips only supported nickel. And I think still a lot of the temperature control devices only support nickel. Okay, but what's the issue with nickel? Well, nickel is poisonous. Nickel has been proven to be poisonous when coming under heat. A lot of cooking were made out of nickel in recent centuries, and people were experimenting with lead as well, because those are cheap materials. You can make great things out of it, but not for drinking, not for eating from it, not for consuming from it, because that stuff is poisonous. We found that out in the recent century, I guess, 1950 or something, where the first guys who actually said out loud, okay, nickel is dangerous for you, please don't use it anywhere where heat is in place, or just don't use it, okay? And they really found out what the whole issue is, okay, what the whole problem with nickel is, what kind of side effects are there to nickel. They found it out in around 1950, okay? Before that, the people knew it was possibly hazardous, but a lot of people ignored it, or didn't know about it, and they were the first people who said, okay, don't use it in cooking stuff, okay? And right now when we have cooking tools, they are all stainless steel. It's basically a standard for anything that you consume from, okay? Spoons, dishes, whatever. Okay, The reason why I vape that much is because I'm going to get quite angry in the following. Now, who in the world thought, okay, let's use nickel for vaping? Vaping is one of the things where you apply a lot of heat to a metal. Okay, we had a lot of problems with cancel already because no one knew at the beginning if cancel was dangerous. After a few tests we knew, okay, it was not dangerous. But here's the problem, nickel, nobody has tested nickel as far as we have tested cancel. Okay, and nickel is dangerous, we know that from cooking stuff. We know that we don't use it with heat. And now everybody buys nickel coils, basically nickel twisted in a coil made to be heated up. The problem with nickel is that it leaches kind of poisons into your e-liquid, and those are usually products from nickel melting away or burning. It's no joke, okay? Nickel is burning away after a few hours or something glowing. Now a lot of people say, but we don't glow our coils, we just heat it up so it vaporizes liquid. They're never actually glowing when we vaping on them. Yes, that is completely right, but the fact that you apply heat to it is a problem, because then there is a point where the metal breaks down into its parts and then it's poisonous, it's hazardous. And the problem why nickel is bad for you is not because it lays on lungs like tar does, but because it gets into your bloodstream and then poisons you from the inside. Now, as you can probably guess, I would never recommend building nickel coils. I'm completely against building anything with nickel that you consume from, okay? If you build a car with nickel, not my problem, okay? Build a car with nickel. Buy an airplane, build an airplane with nickel, but not dishes, spoons or coils for vaping. That is dangerous, okay? Now, there are a lot of temperature control devices out there. Should you just throw them away? No, you shouldn't. Because there is one metal which is capable of temperature control, and that is not bad for you. Now, who had guessed it is titanium? Why do I think that titanium is not poisonous for you? Well, because they make implants out of it. I got a friend of mine who has a degenerated leg, and he got a lot of operations done with his leg to make it, you know, to strengthen it up, to make the bone grow, because it wasn't growing after a certain age and was too short and everything like that, and was kind of, you know, really dislocated somehow. And he got a lot of implants with nickel and carbon. Now, carbon obviously is not dangerous for you because our bodies are made of carbon. Now, our bodies are not made of titanium, but titanium is not poisoning you. There have been recent problems with implants from Swiss and Belgium, I think, where people got allergies and had problems with some kind of artificial hips or some artificial leg bones. Now imagine you have an allergy to something that is in your leg. Trust me, that is nothing you want to have. And so the SR21 Blackbird uses usually mostly titanium because of the fact that it does not disintegrate on heat. And trust me, in an airplane going that fast with that much thrust out of the engines, there is a lot of heat. Okay, so why do less people use titanium wire? First, titanium wire is notorious to break under stress. And basically, if you're winding a coil, you're putting stress on the wire. And titanium might break under that stress. But if you get it right, after a few times you can build with titanium. Otherwise, there are finished coil heads for you for most tanks. So if you can do temperature control, do it on titanium. Next thing why a lot of people don't use it is because a lot of mods are set up for nickel. Now, we don't want to use nickel, but can we use titanium on a nickel mod? Well, technically we could, because there is a heat resistance coefficient. And on DNR A200 you can just easily replace that heat coefficient on your PC for different profiles, and then probably have one profile with nickel, one with titanium, one with another wire, okay? But on most standard mods, like for example a DNA40 or something like there's a e-leaf, the e-leaf iStick temperature control, okay? You can't replace those on that. So what are you doing? Well, there is a cool little thing on the internet. I will post maybe a link in the video description. I don't know if I can find it again. I should. I will post a link in the video description. Where there's a calculator, and you can calculate the temperature you want for your titanium build to have, and put it down, and basically it will calculate the temperature you have to set on your device to achieve that temperature. Because basically what it is just a bigger or smaller heat coefficient, and if you just dial in another temperature for nickel, you can achieve this temperature on the titanium build, okay? So you could use that. And last thing, I think why a lot of people don't use titanium, well, because it is not popular. It is there. The EVIC VT uses it, and I think the IPVs use them, and the Aspire Triton uses it. But it's not popular. Okay, so a lot of people think that titanium is going to burn because I think you know that back from school, okay, in chemistry class. You get some steel wool, and then teacher lights it on fire and it will burn, or at least glow. Well, technically that could happen with everything that is like a wool. But what you are having in there is a wire. It is not a wool, it is a wire. And there is really, really low oxygen in there because basically it's covered in e-liquid, and the diameter on the inside is filled up with wick, okay? And it does not glow, okay? It does not light on fire if you do not light it on fire, okay? And to light a wire on fire, okay, you need ridiculous amounts of electric power. Amounts that you can't get from your normal Mac mod or your normal tech mod, okay? Even if you use a 200 watt device or something with a LiPo box in there, even if you use a kilowatt, you won't light your wire on fire. There is actually one guy out there who builds crazy Mac mods with LiPo batteries. And he has a kilowatt belt, which is kind of crazy, but oh well. Okay, so on a DNA 200 device, you can replace the heat coefficient with any heat coefficient you have for any wire. Should you use any wire? No, definitely not. The only wire I'm recommending right now is titanium. And if you're not using titanium, you are in the risk of hurting or damaging yourself. Okay? Titanium won't explode, titanium won't light on fire, and titanium won't poison you. So please use titanium, do not use nickel. And if you have some other crazy wire, okay, please do not use it until there is research done that it is not poisonous for you and it will not kill you, okay? Because nickel, if you inhale great amounts of nickel poison, okay, there is, I don't know what it's called, okay, my laptop's over there, I'm watching currently the Wikipedia site I got on there, but I can't read anything from this distance. There is a nickel poison that is, I forgot the name, but that will occur. And if you have a great amount of that in your body, you can instantly die out of nervous failure, okay? Your nerves everywhere in your body will fail to transmit electricity to your brain. Not a good thing, trust me. Now, from normal vaping you won't have that high amounts, but for example, in metal forging companies, okay, whatever they make aircraft parts or whatever they make, okay, there are people in there that are consuming ridiculous amounts of it because they are standing right next to the melting pot, okay. Nowadays they have all masks and stuff like this and filters and everything, but in the early 1800s, I guess, it was a job that could kill you in less than a week if you were not being extremely cautious, just because you are inhaling the nickel poison all the time if you're standing beside that melting pot. So please do not make a nickel melting pot in your mod. It won't kill you instantly, but it will definitely damage you. And I mean, you stopped smoking because it is dangerous for you. So why should you start again inhaling dangerous parts? Okay? There is your normal cancel if you're not too crazy about temperature control. If you want to use temperature control, please use titanium. The wire is nothing different than nickel from the results, but it's definitely healthier than taking nickel, okay? Because nickel can set those poisons free. And a lot of people say, yeah, but then I do not inhale the nickel wire, so why is it poisonous to me? Well, because that nickel poison can leach into your e-liquid or your wick, and no matter where it leaches or where it goes, if it stays in your atomizer, you will definitely inhale it. At some point, eventually, there's no way around it. So please, if you still have nickel wire lying around, do not use it up. Just take it and, you know, give it to somebody who's not vaping with it, you know, maybe doing some art or something, or just throw it away. Please do not do that. When I was talking to Professor Vapes in the comment section of his video, he actually told me that he has that he knows a guy that ordered a bunch of nickel coil heads, and he just, when he got to know that, he just threw them away because he did not wanted to sell them to anybody who could, yeah, well, kill themselves with that. Okay, he was not fine with selling those things. So please do not use nickel. If you use a coil head, you will still have potential leaching. But Green said that leaching will only occur at high temperature. I am not telling you to use nickel coil heads, okay? That is not what I think. I'm just telling you what he said, okay? And he said that he would use coil heads because those are precisely wired by a machine, and there is less chance for a hot leg or something that will then leach, but you will have a clean nickel vape. Now, please, I do not recommend using nickel, but if you want to use nickel because you are saying, okay, if there's no hot leg, I will try it, okay? You better use coil heads. You better use them. But I do not recommend it, and please, if you use nickel or you know somebody who uses nickel, and you do not want them to use it, please tell them, and please tell them to not use it. I myself did in this video. Please spread the word, tell everybody that nickel is potentially harmful for you, or actually is harmful for you, and do not use nickel, do not encourage nickel using or whatever. If you want to use temperature control, try titanium, and yeah, well, basically that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was kind of a more serious video, okay? I'm really not wanted to really mess up right here, but yeah, well, that's it. Now, for the next week and this weekend, I do not have any time to make videos, so I will try to make at least. Okay, so the next week I will not have any time to make any videos on the weekend, so I'm making a few in advance and then we'll publish them. They're all going to be made today. One of them will be a vlog. That's basically because I felt like I should introduce myself as a person a little more. So it is not strictly vaping related, but you know, a little bit of vaping is always in there. Yeah, I will tell you what I'm doing this weekend and why I'm not making videos and stuff. Yeah, and basically another few things I want to do. I'm not quite sure whether I can make a coil build tonight. I'm trying my best to get at least 4 videos done. I hope that will help, so I can upload 2 like Saturday and Sunday, and 2 the next week, like well, let's take 2 cool days, Monday, Tuesday and Friday something. That would be nice, Tuesday and Friday, okay. And next weekend I will try to get on track back again and make at least 2 videos a week. I think that's the least I can do, and well, maybe if you're really lucky, I will do 7 videos today and you will have daily uploads. No, not really plausible, but maybe I will do 5 maybe, or 6. Well, I still need to do a video on phosphorus parallel builds and twisted wire builds. I'm thinking I will do that in a second and then publish them through the week. Okay, so now I told you about temperature control, told you there's a vlog coming. What did I tell you? I think that was it. The update video for the duplex is coming, definitely. Either make it now or next week, but I'm tending to do it next week. But, you know, if I get not enough ideas, I might do it now. Or, well, today. Okay, so if you liked it, please like it, comment, it's free. And if you would subscribe, it would be great and make my day. Thank you for watching.